How often do you compare yourself? Every minute? Every hour? Every day? We live in a fallen world, and we are so conditioned to look at what other people have and to covet whatever they have. We live in a society where we are conditioned never to be content with what we have. And as a result of that, you see the latest clothing, the latest games, the latest car, the latest design for a new house. You see the latest of everything. And the way that marketing works is that they try to make you feel inferior for not having this new thing. And if someone else has that new thing, that someone else that has a new thing is seen as higher in value or better off in life than you are. But seriously, when we really look at things in perspective, does it really matter? How often do you look at your friends, your family, your colleagues, and compare yourself to them? How often do you notice if they are wearing something new, or if they are prospering in their career, or if they are better off than you are? How often do you do that? Why do you do that? Do you feel so insecure in yourself that you feel the need to compare yourself to other people to use them as a standard as to where you are in life? Don't do that. It's not a fair standard to impose on you. Because you see, we are not all the same. We are not born in the same kind of circumstances. We are not born the same color. We are not born in the same household. Not all of us are born with financial riches. Not all of us are born in first world countries. Not all of us are born with the best possible circumstances for us to succeed. There are people who are born in terrible circumstances. There are people who are born in third world countries. There are people who are born in broken families. Yet when you compare yourself, you do a disservice to where you have come from. You did not come from the same background as other people. Your background is as unique as you are. Not everyone had the same parents as you, and you did not have the same parents as other people. You may have gone to the same schools as your friends or your family members, but we all live in our own set of circumstances which are unique to every person. When you compare yourself, it is not a fair assessment as to whether you are doing well or not. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Every person is different, and that includes you. Yes, there's going to be other people who are smarter than you, who may be funnier than you, who may be able to do things better than you can do. But there's one thing about you that other people don't have, and that is you are the best at being you. When God knit you in the womb, He created you to be a unique person. He knew where you were going to be born. He knew the family that you were going to be born in. He knew all these things, the set of circumstances that you would be born in. But God has not intended for you to be a victim to your circumstances. God has always wanted you to live your life from glory to glory with Him in charge of your life. Yes, there's people that's going to be better than you in certain things, but no one is better at you than you. And God has made it so because you have been created for a purpose. You have been created to fulfill a specific calling over your life that God has placed over you. And no one can take that away from you. People can be smarter, people can be more financially sound than you are. But no matter what circumstances they may have that are better than yours, with God on your side, it trumps circumstances. God trumps circumstances. So don't compare yourself to other people, whether they have better cars or whether they have better clothes, better family lives. You don't know what's happening in their life. The funniest thing is that on social media, every person puts up their best life. They are in this city, they are wearing these clothes, they are busy doing all this and that. Nobody puts up when the bad stuff happens in their life. Some people who are so super rich, if you actually look at their life, they may have all the money in the world, but they have no love or family life. There are people who have the best beds, but they have the worst kind of sleep. In fact, they don't even sleep. There are people out there who have everything yet feel empty inside. So don't always believe that just because someone is wearing good clothes or having a good car or really progressing in career, that their life is all together. For all you know, their life might be completely upside down and more chaotic than your own life. You're busy comparing yourself to someone who seemingly has a good life. But in reality, you might be richer in life than that other person you're comparing yourself to. The problem with comparing yourself is that it takes your eyes off of God and puts it onto things that don't even matter. Look at the example of Saul and David. The downfall of Saul came from the point when he started comparing himself and getting jealous of David. Saul has killed thousands, but David has killed tens of thousands. That comparison is one of the reasons why Saul fell. Because instead of focusing on obeying God and just trusting Him to give him the wisdom that he needed to run the kingdom, he compared himself to David. And as a result, his focus was more on ensuring that David would never get the throne. Saul became a bad king, a king that was focused on the wrong things because he compared himself to David. He also allowed other people's opinions and comparisons to penetrate his mind. And as a result, David, who would refuse to kill Saul when given the opportunity, David, who was Saul's most loyal subject, was the target of King Saul because of comparison. Don't let comparison make you hate people who love you. Don't let comparison make you want to kill people who want to support you. When you compare yourself to other people, you are not content with what you have. The Apostle Paul wrote that we should be content in all things. In all things we should be content. Yes, we want to rise higher. Yes, we want to live better. Yes, we want to progress in life. But we shouldn't let that be our God. It should be our goal, yes, but it should not be our God. Be happy with what you have, recognizing that everything you have comes from God and belongs to Him. When you are content with what you have, knowing that God is in control of your life and He will lead you from glory to glory, you will never even feel the need to compare yourself to other people. There's going to be people that's better than you, skinnier than you, stronger than you. And while you may have the desire to be like them, don't let comparison make you so bitter that you end up hating yourself and you end up hating that other person for living better than you. One of the 10 Commandments says, do not envy. Yet when we compare ourselves to other people, envy can creep in. We can envy other people for the lives that they are living, for the stuff that they have, when at the end of the day it does not even matter. As long as you have God, give me God. As long as I have God, I am the richest man in this world. As long as I have God, I am the wisest, I am the strongest, because as long as I have Him, no matter what comes my way, I know He is with me and He is for me, and He will ensure that whatever comes my way, I will be victorious. Don't compare yourself to other people. You might just find out that you are richer than they are. Richer in strength, richer in wisdom, richer in finances even. Don't be misled by the way that other people live. Focus on your own life. Focus on your own life. Worry about the log that is in your eye than to focus on the speck that is on the other person's eye. Focus on yourself, focus on God. Don't worry about what other people are wearing or what other people are doing or how they are progressing in your careers and you're not. If you are on God's timing, you are always on time. You don't know the journeys that other people are going to be taking. Just because people are going up doesn't mean that they won't go down in the future. And just because you are down now doesn't mean you won't go up. Life has twists and turns, but if you have God on your side, you never have to worry about falling off those twists and turns, because God will be the one to guide you as those twists and turns come. So how do I stop comparing myself to other people and to other things? Keep your eyes focused on God and work hard to develop yourself, to know who you are, to know what God has called you to do, and just remain focused on that. Jesus never compared himself to anyone throughout his entire ministry because he knew who he was. He knew he was the Messiah. He knew he is the Son of God. He knew his purpose, why he came. So no matter what other people said about him, no matter how they compared him to John the Baptist or to other prophets that came before him, he never paid attention much to that. He knew who he was and he loved his Father. He focused on doing his will. And as a result of doing that, he fulfilled his purpose and his calling. As much as Jesus was fully God, he was fully man too. So why can't we do what Jesus did? In today's society, it can be very hard to keep our eyes focused on God. When society today wants us to focus on whatever we don't have. The things that we collect in this life is for this life. When we die, we take none of it with us. So don't compare yourself to other people, what you don't have, what they have. At the end of the day, fulfill the call that God has on your life, and you will be richer and more fulfilled than any person on this earth.